Greetings.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to episode 54 of Theories and Thoughts podcast with Anya and
Fancy.
So fancy. We finally have a new president. How you feeling about that?
I'm excited. I'm not like how some people, I know that it's going to be like a lot of hard work that they're going to have to put into things. And I know that they have probably a lot of fights coming up as well that they're going to have to overcome, or battles, I guess you say. But I just still think like I was really amazed and kind of touched. It kind of made me have hope in humanity again, you know. But as one of the contributors wrote about, you know, the elections, and she just pointed out, like, don't forget there were like, I don't know, she must say like 70 million people or something that still voted for Trump, and just, you know, those are all still people who think that the current situation and the current climate are acceptable, like they, you know, they condone it. So that does make me think, in particular, Louisiana is a red state, so, you know, Trump won this state, and that just kind of blew my mind. I remember I had said how I saw those people at the archives building voting early, and they didn't look like us. And it just, again, made me think like, wow, you know, how many people out there are Karens or something? Really, that's kind of what I was thinking. But what are your thoughts on it?
Texas is a red state. My city is blue, though.
Oh, really?
It's blue.
That's nice.
Dallas was blue. You know, there's a way for you to see what state. I'm messing with my hair. Y'all, this straight hair, this is about to be gone. Y'all know I like my little fro. I like my hair bushy. This is bothering me because it don't stay like I want it. Anyway, so thank you. It makes me remember. It allows me to remember that that there are still people out there that believe that I'm less than. I remember someone said they were somewhere, and the person told them they'd be glad when Trump take our rights away. Pretty much put us back in slavery. I was out of town this weekend. I promise I'm gonna leave my hair alone in 2 circles. I was out of town this weekend. I was in Atlanta, and we were actually sitting eating. And a white waitress ran across the floor, and my 2 girlfriends were talking, and I went like I'm trying to see what the hell's going on. And she runs to the other white man and says, "Biden won!" So she was like really excited. Like, Biden. And so I was like, hold up. You know, so I grabbed my hey Kelly. I grabbed my phone, and I was like, let me see what she talking about. You know, because she just said Biden. She didn't say one, nothing. She just said Biden. So I looked it up, and sure enough, he had gotten Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And so we were on our way to do, you know, we went with a Facebook group, La Familia, shout out to them. We went out there for that. It was a meet and greet for them. Mm-hmm. So we were putting together bags to do gift to the homeless. So here we go get some champagne, go get the orange juice. We're like, look, we celebrating. So it was after 12 there. So hey, you can.
That's nice.
So we did that, and I was excited. I'm excited. One, because there's a new regime coming through. I was excited too. My VP looks like me. I actually have a shirt in my store that says my VP looks like me.
That is nice. And
I'm really big on representation. And that's one of the reasons why we have our guest tonight, because she's a very big representation on the news. here in Dallas. I'm really big on representation. I'm really big on showing who we are as a people, not just oh yeah, y'all can do those jobs. No, us in higher levels.
Right.
I am blessed that in my lifetime, I seen a Black president and I got to see a Black vice president, and she's a woman. I always go back to when I was in the 8th grade and my teacher told me that I couldn't be president. He told me I couldn't be president. He said first it has to be, it's a white man, Black man, white woman, Black woman. And he pretty much said that the Black man and the white woman is interchangeable. Mm-hmm. But pretty much, and this was a Black man, So for me to see, a Black woman before a white woman, and it's not so much as, it's not a racial thing. It's just, like I said, it's representation. It's showing other Black girls that the ceiling is gone. I heard someone say the other day, they were like, ladies, do y'all hear that? That's that ceiling being shattered. That now we can be, mm-hmm. any woman can be. I'm all about women empowerment. Of course, I'm all about African American, Black empowerment. And it's just, hey, she came out on Mary, honey. Okay. And I want to say her, because we were at game night, and I want to say her speech, she said Black women. She addressed us, So that made me feel really, really, really special. The fact that she is who she is. She's very confident. She doesn't back down. She knows who she is. We need to see that. I mean, I don't give a damn who she's married to. I don't care who she's married to. Shannon Sharp, isn't he married or engaged to a white woman? And he like the most pro-Black person ever, because you have to understand, being pro-Black is not I'm against any other race. It's just I have pride in my race. And it's not that I'm trying to tear down another race or anything. I'm just, I'm happy about my race. So
right.
That's how I feel. I wanted to read something real quick. I took this from Freeman Capital, and it says, "What does a Biden presidency mean for your money?" 1, no changes in taxes if your income is below $400,000. 2, if your income is above $400,000. Then an increase from 75% to 39.6%. 3, increase in federal minimum wage to $15. 4, canceling at least $10,000 in student debt per borrower. The next one is forgiving college debt for low middle income graduates. And the last one is investing $1.5 trillion for healthcare.
Now, and just because I'm starting to, really see things a lot more differently and better understand. Okay, the plan sounds really great, but he still has to get all of that passed, right? Which is the fight. Okay.
Yes, he has to, and that's why we need. See, it's checks and balances. The Senate check, Congress checks the House, and all of that. So. I think I said that right, that Congress is who checks the House, not the Senate. One of them. It's two different. House of Representatives is different from the other. I just can't think right now. Sorry. So they have a checks and balances. I believe in having different people, Democrats, Republicans, Independents, liberals, whatever, having a mixture. But the Democrats want more Democrat. They want more Democrat. Hi, Curtis. How are you doing tonight? They would like more Democrats. Now, here's the thing. It's kind of like what Ernest said the other day. And Ernest was wrong, guys. Hey, Brandy. I'm wearing Brandy's makeup.
Oh, Brandy's the candy lady.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Brandy.
We put 2 and 2 together. So what happens is the president can do executive orders.
Mm-hmm.
Can do executive orders, yes. But it's so many of them, if I'm not mistaken, that he can do. And he don't need nobody to sign off on it. But everything has to go to Congress. For the most part. The reason and it's kind of a okay, this is how they work. Say for instance, you're a Democrat, I'm a Republican. I'm not. I'm just saying for the sake of this. And I have a bill that I want passed. And you have a bill that you want passed. You might come to me and say, hey, I have this bill, da-da-da-da. If you sign off on this bill, I'm going to sign off on your bill.
Yeah.
It's all politics. So that's how they get things done. Sometimes Democrats have to sign off on stuff that they don't want to sign off on, but just to get what they want done, you have to give a little to take a, So that's how it works. I'm happy, again, my VP is Black. I feel that representation is important. I feel like we have an educator, honey, an educator as the first lady. She's an educator. She's a doctor, honey, So it goes back to that education. A woman who's of integrity. Not that Melania ever stepped out of line. Only time she stepped out of line is by stealing Mrs. Obama's speech.
No, actually, Melania has stepped out of line several times. Melania is just as bad as her husband. So I read. I'm just saying, I saw the articles, and her friend did that tell-all book, and yeah. Ooh, so okay. Melania not cool.
Okay, so I'm wrong. I was wrong. So hey, Mariah. But yeah, so okay, I can accept what I'm wrong. But I thought she was a little bit better. But I'm ready for more integrity. I'm ready for. Someone said, thank God for complete sentences.
Look, when you said a little bit better, and I was thinking, or a little bit best, but with her Be Best campaign. But anyway, yeah.
So that's my take on Joe Biden. I don't want him to die or anything, but I just feel like he's making way for Kamala to become president. This is my thought.
Yeah.
I think that men can't handle a woman being over them. So that's the problem. That's what I think was their biggest issue. So.
Okay, well. So,
things. So Oprah decided to do her favorite things. Now, I'm going to be honest. Oprah has not been one of my favorite people. And when I added this, I was like, I wonder how fancy feel about her. I just wasn't. I felt like she catered to women of other ethnicities. I felt that I don't know. I just felt like that's what she did. So when she came out with her favorite things this year, and she said she's giving honor to those who deserve it, and it's Black-owned businesses, small Black-owned businesses. So I was excited about it. What you was about to say?
No, I'm curious. So were they all Black-owned? Because I looked at the list. I recognized like 3 names, but I didn't know they were all Black-owned.
So it says, and I read, it's time for, drum roll please, favorite things. Looking for a simple, and this is from the Oprah magazine site. Looking for a simple mirror that suddenly turns into an interactive home gym. Look no further. Trying to find the smoothest vodka. Step right up. The elves and I have worked overtime in search of fantastic treats for everyone. And this year it's a special twist because so many people want to support Black lives any way they can. We've found dozens of absolutely gorgeous gifts from Black-owned businesses that deserve to be celebrated. because we believe Black lives and Black businesses matter. So, and then she goes on to some other things. So, yeah, so we have the mirror, and the mirror is the subscription that she was talking about on that. We have the Terrace TV. You have Perfect Turtle Set. That's the turtle candies. You have Uncle Nearest 1856 Premium Age Whiskey. You have the Duo Luxury Sea Salt gift set.
Okay, I'm sorry to cut you short because we have our guest. I don't want to keep her waiting too long, but I have the list though. So what I can do is drop it in the comments. But so, where are you saying you were good with the list, or?
I was happy about the list. I was happy about Oprah stepping up and actually highlighting Black businesses, Black small businesses. So,
and I just dropped it in the comment, guys, so y'all can check it out in full. There. Okay, and so just before I bring Tashara in, let me go ahead on and get our first sponsor for the evening, which is the Cookie Box Store. And the Cookie Box Store is an online beauty supply store that sells products, lashes, and men products too. So you all can check them out at the Cookie Box Store across all platforms. That's TheCookieboxstore.com. We're thanking them for being a part of the show tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead on and bring in Tashara in just a second.
Hello, everybody. Over.
Thank you so much for joining us.
You are so welcome. Absolutely.
I am always, I'm following you. I actually live in Dallas, Anya.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm always retweeting stuff and everything. I'm sure you didn't see my name. And you come whenever I do the I'm Still Up. You always say Mark.
Yes. Thank you, girl.
Hey, so many of you guys who may not live in the Dallas Fort Worth area, Tashara is an anchor on the morning news. She's going to give you a little background on her, but I'm going to tell you guys why we asked her to join this afternoon. A couple of weeks ago, Tashara had this bomb bun mohawk, okay? It was so cute. And I think people were calling her unprofessional. And if you are a Black woman that wears your natural hair, period, you know, we like to do different things. Right now I have a blowout, but I normally have my fro. Right. And we're always called unprofessional. And I've actually had to deal with that in the work environment myself. So we wanted to bring you on to kind of discuss this, how you feel about that. Well, we seen how you feel about that.
Okay. Had to let the people know right quick.
Listen, okay. And I was just like, oh my God, yes. Like I'm posting it on everything. Yes, she said everything. So if you don't mind, please tell us who you are.
Yeah, so my name is Tashara, like she just mentioned. First and foremost, thank you guys for having me on here. Thank you, ladies, for having me on here. Certainly appreciate it. I know you have been reaching out and I was slow to return some of those emails, but you made it happen. So I appreciate y'all having me on here. But yeah, I'm originally from Houston, Texas. I moved to Dallas from Tyler, Texas. So for those of you in Texas, y'all know what Tyler is. And Tyler's a very small town, right? So I think I was able to do a little bit more out in Tyler than what I've been able to do in Dallas. And so I said all that to kind of set up the picture of me moving to Dallas. And it hasn't even been a year. It'll make a year this week, actually, that I've been in Dallas. Ain't that crazy? Yeah. So it'll make a year this week. So anyway, when I moved to Dallas, I was like, man, I don't know how these people gonna be. You know, I always heard Dallas was super conservative. I'm from Houston, Texas. And in Houston, look, we're a little bit more laid back than some of y'all out here in Dallas. I'm gonna just tell you straight up. And so, and I look, it ain't everybody in Dallas. Don't get it twisted, because I done had some people really just, go to bat for me. So it's not everybody in Dallas, but you know what I'm saying? Like the people who are gonna be more outspoken, the people who are gonna email and talk they trash and say stuff a lot of those people are the people that I'm referring to, right? And so they're so used to this style of what TV news is supposed to look like. So anyway, moved to Dallas from Tyler, Texas, to be the traffic reporter, as well as one of our midday anchors, as well as a reporter. So that's basically what I do here. Originally from Houston, I've been in journalism for about 5, going on 6 years now. And got my master's degree in Chicago, got my undergraduate degree from Texas A&M University in College Station. And so that's kind of the gist of my story. I mean, there's a whole lot more, depending on what questions you ask me, but that's the gist of how I made it to Dallas and this whole hair fiasco kind of started.
I wouldn't have known that you have only been doing this for like 5 years.
Yeah. Ain't that crazy?
I love how you embrace the youth. I love how you embrace just everybody, to be honest with you. And even as a woman, almost 40 years old, I love the representation. I love, I had my hair just like yours a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. So I'm versatile with that as well. Have you ever experienced that? I know Dallas was something new, but have you ever experienced anybody just like, what's wrong with your hair? What's going on with your hair? Anything?
Oh yeah, many times, whether it's indirectly or overtly. Yeah, no, absolutely. I had some folks email me saying it looks like when I wear my natural curls, I forgot if it was a man or a woman, but anyway, I remember the email. They said it looks like you just stuck your hand in a socket, an electric socket. I was like, no, you didn't.
Damn, they real.
They petty. They real petty, and they be coming with it. And back then, I didn't used to say much. When I got to Tyler, I was like, nah, fam, y'all ain't gonna just keep emailing me. Y'all ain't gonna keep messaging me and think I ain't gonna say nothing. So I think that's where this whole thing kind of just blew up, because not only was I gonna say something, I think my station knew that I was probably gonna say something on social media, because that's what I can control, right? That's all my stuff. So they probably knew I was gonna say something there, especially when I got the messages on Facebook. So they allowed me to have their platform. And I think that's why I kind of blew up as much as it did. But yeah, no, I've only been doing this 5 years. It was a big jump to come here from Tyler, Texas. So if you think about it, Tyler, again, is like this real small little city, and you usually don't come from a Tyler and go to like a Dallas, right? Dallas is like a top 10 market. Tyler is like 110. If that can put things into perspective for people. So you usually don't just do that type of jump, but I mean, it was a blessing. God was certainly working things out. I definitely didn't think Dallas was going to be my next market, my next station. I used to come to Dallas all the time from Tyler, because it's only about an hour or so away.
Right.
I used to come to Dallas all the time, getting my hair done or doing, pictures or whatever it is. And I would talk to some of the stylists and they were like, why won't you come to Dallas for your next show? I'm like, girl, that's like years and years down the line. Like, I'm gonna have to be in the game for at least 5 more years before I'm in Dallas. And when they found out I was coming, it was just like, what? Like, we literally had all these conversations. So yeah, that's how I got to Dallas. But yeah, only 5 years, right at 6 years now. Yeah.
I mean, I was excited because Demetria was leaving out, and she was another sister, and she had curves, and they had issues with that. The viewers had issues with her curves, and I liked how WFAA kind of stood behind her. So when it happened to you, I was like, okay, they're going to stand behind her. They're going to allow her that space to be her. I would have. Fancy, you had something?
Well, I'm just kind of curious, like, has there ever been a style whereas, or even with the one that you wore, whereas you went viral, whereas you kind of thought like, hey, I might, be taking it too far or anything like that? Do you ever kind of question it before you question your hair, I guess you say, before you're going in?
So you asked a 2-part question. The first part is, what is taking it too far? What is that? Like, what does that mean when you think about taking it too far? So no, I've never thought to myself, oh, is this going to be too far? No, I've never done that. But what I have thought of is what most Black women think of that are in this industry. They're in multiple industries that I learned about, honestly, because when that video went viral, many women just from corporate America in general, not even in the media business, started reaching out to me. So yeah, absolutely. I even posed the question like, ooh, I'm wearing my hair like this tomorrow. I like it. I think it's a cute style. I don't know if everybody else gonna be on board with it. So yeah, no, I certainly thought about that. but not from a standpoint of, am I taking it too far? Just from a standpoint of, we are always judged by what we do and let somebody else do it. And it's probably not going to be judged that exact same way. And so, yeah, no, I think about it from that standpoint, but never from, am I taking it too far? Because I don't really know who determines that, to be real with you.
I like that answer, and I didn't think about it when I said it. And maybe I should have said, like, if it was risque or something, but I totally understand what it is that you're saying as well. And I think that that's a great point. And I think oftentimes it is a matter of, I like it, maybe they won't like it, but I don't care,
Right.
And then, but you did, there was a 2-part question. Look, and I forgot the second part, but I did want you to, to answer. What was the second part?
Well, that was it. I was saying, like, basically, are you saying the first part is, was I taking it too far? Do I think it's taking it too far? So the answer to that part is, who determines what's too far? So that was the answer to that. And the answer to your second part was, yes, I do think about it prior to sometimes wearing a different style.
Gotcha. Okay.
I actually dealt with it. I had my hair was blonde. As you see now, my hair is the color of fall. Because I can.
Okay, and I will look
because I can. But I had this real big blonde fro, and I had an executive. Like, she would find different things to nitpick me about. I'm telling you, it will be something as petty as my bra. My panty line.
I like your bra. Okay.
No, my panty line showing in my pants.
Okay. That's even worse.
Listen.
She looking at the panties.
Listen. And I had a black exec pull me to the side, and he was like, I'm gonna get you out of here. And he was like, cause she's gonna try to fire you. And I was doing my best. I'm working, I'm getting it done. And he got me a mentor who was a black woman, and we got my resume together, and they got me out of there.
Good.
And on my last day, how I found out it was about my hair. On my last day, I wore a wig. Because, we wear wigs. We're going to wear some locks.
Right.
We're going to wear whatever. And the wig was straight. And she made sure to step to me and say, why you never wore your hair like this before?
See?
Your hair is so pretty. And I said, because I didn't want to. Because this is my hair.
They be quick to say your hair pretty when you wear it straight.
Listen. And a lot of people tell me all the time, and I don't think they understand how that makes me. Why you don't wear your hair like that? Your hair looks so pretty whenever it's covering your face like that. And I'm like, I actually feel much better when I wear my hair in a fro, or when I'm wearing it in a more natural hairstyle.
Yeah,
then
sure.
It's great. Now I love my straight. Don't get me wrong. I like to wear, versatile. You just want it, but I'm more comfortable. I've actually had men tell me that they preferred me wearing weaves than a fro.
Oh yeah, baby. Our men.
That's what I say. Have you ever experienced that?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Like, I mean, now the real one's gonna take out his hair, come out this bonnet, if we really talking about something. However, yes, I have experienced a lot of guys that, for whatever reason, want to let me know that they like my hair better when it's straight. And I think that is so crazy. But again, we got to remember that our people are also, so used to this European standard of how hair should look. They're so used to it. And that's what they deem as beautiful and pretty and all these different things. And so we have to remember that. And so do I fault them? No, but I also want to educate them. And so I do try my best to do that as much as I can. But yeah, girl, men will say it too. They like it better straight. My grandmother will say that she likes straight hair. So again, everybody's accustomed, not everybody, but a lot of us are accustomed to those European styles. And that's what they grew up on. My grandma grew up in East Texas in the country. So that's what she was used to. So it is what it is.
I'll never forget when I used to have my hair before I got it locked, going home to Macomb one time, and this guy like insinuating that I had to be a lesbian, like just in the store because of how it was. But I also remember when I first went natural and I cut all my hair off, the guy that I thought I was dating at the time was like, he told me I was too bright. Because it was like kind of like the Eve cut or whatever.
Yeah.
But not as clean though, because I didn't know at the time. Like, I didn't get it all lined up. But he was like, I should be darker. So I just think it's kind of crazy, because not only are they looking at the texture, but also the skin tones and everything else? You know, people can be so judgmental about things that really don't concern them at all. But
well, colorism is a whole nother. Yeah, girl, right. y'all need a whole nother podcast title to go into colorism alone, because we could really get it. Colorism is a whole man. I get it, fancy. Like, it's a whole nother. Yeah.
It's coming. I'm the same way. My hairstylist who actually cut my hair told me I was gonna look like a lesbian. People were gonna think I was a lesbian. I'm like, well, I know who I am, and it's the confidence that you. And this wasn't when natural was live. I've been natural since 07. Yeah. So it wasn't, you know, it was when it was first kind of starting to be something. Yeah. And I was like, I want to do something different. I'm gonna cut this off. My mom wouldn't post any pictures of of me in natural. So if
ain't that crazy?
She would post that. So I totally understand about your grandmother. And so many young ladies, that's why we wanted to do this particular subject. I think we've been wanting to, but when you came on like that, I was like, yes, we have to talk to her about this, because we have to show women that it's okay to be confident with this hair. So what is your favorite style?
That was my question.
My favorite style is when I just have my fro, like straight up 4C fro, Angela Davis, like rocking it with my hoop earrings. Like, that's my favorite style, but it's also so hard to keep the juices in there. Okay. Like, listen, like, people don't understand. They think you just wake up. Lord, that's another thing. People think natural hair wake up and go, or wash and go, or whatever. And to a certain extent, it can be that, but your stuff gonna be all smushed down from when you were asleep and all this kind of stuff. You gotta pick it out. Look, that's my favorite. Like, that's my Angela Davis, my fro with my hoops, or even if I wear my, my piercings, whatever it is, that's my favorite. But that stuff is work. It is work. So to have something like this, some braids or whatever, it's just so quick. You just get up and go. And I'm like Beyonce, I ain't got time to be gelling down no edges. So I just get up and rock it. So that's my favorite style. But it's hard to maintain, and I don't think people understand it. It is a lot of work with our natural hair.
Listen, I know. And my hair is thick too. So it's like combing through it. And get the curls and everything. It's so funny that you say that, because I absolutely love my fro. I can wear, all my friends will tell you, I tell people I have commitment issues when it comes to hair, because I would have braids and I'll be like, I'm ready to take it out. I miss my hair. I miss looking at my hair. I miss touching my hair. I miss looking, feeling it and different things. Yeah. That was another thing about our logo. Our logo is my fro and her locks. It, again.
I love it.
Showing who we are as a people, and different things. Fancy, you have something? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, because she mentioned the 4C hair, and it made me think about my daughter and her hair, and how hard it is for her to maintain it. And I'm always trying to tell her, like, you first have to tame it, Yeah. But she's been transitioning for some time, so I wanted to know, what would you tell those young girls with 4C hair that are getting tired of it, but that's need to keep the faith, I guess, almost.
Yeah, I would say get tired of it. And I'm saying that in a way that it's okay, right? So if your daughter, I'm not sure how old she is, but if she's able to get braids for a month or a couple of weeks or something to just get it out of the way, because sometimes you do need to take your time with it. It takes time, especially if you're trying to transition. Oh Lord, y'all, when I was transitioning, that was a whole nother ball game. Like, that's one of the hardest things that you have to do with this process, because you can only do so many styles. There are only so many styles that you can do when you're transitioning. So I would tell them, if you get tired, that's fine. A lot of times people get tired and they want to put the creamy crack back on there. I ain't saying get tired and do that. I'm saying get tired and get creative, right? Get creative with what you're trying to do. Try a new twist out. Try braids. Put it up for a couple of weeks. Put it away for a month or so if you can. I think that just helps. For me, when I was going natural for like the second or third time, and I had always been natural, but I would put so much heat on my hair that it was messing it up. So anyways, when I went natural the second time, I was so upset. I basically cut all my hair off. And this was 2 days before I had to go back to work and be on TV. So I cut all my hair off. And so to your baby's point, or any babies out there, or anybody, any woman who's transitioning right now, I literally had to go and try to find somebody to do braids, some freestyle braids on my hair so that I can go to work 2 days later. Cause basically I cut it to where I didn't know what to do with my hair. Like that's how bad it was. It was just there. It was like this long. I was like, what am I gonna do? And this is coming from somebody who had the hair probably about this length or whatever. It wasn't super long, but it was something that I knew how to, do something with. And so I would just say, take your time. That was a moment when I was super frustrated. Don't cut it all off, but I was frustrated and I just went and got some braids. That lasted me, and I wore braids for like 8 months. And then when my hair grew out, I was like, okay, we're gonna rock the fro real quick. And for that first time, I actually went and allowed a natural hairstylist to show me how to do it, because I really didn't know how to manage my hair by myself. And so she showed me, literally let me record it on my phone as she walked through the entire process. And that just helped me with my whole natural hair journey the third time around.
That's Sharona for me. My friend Sharona, she's a hairstylist. Actually, she just came out with hair products too. So I'm like, okay, girl, I know this stuff gonna work. I'm the one that is not really starting over. I just get tired of hair and cut it off. So I have to do something creative. So this was great. Coloring.
Okay. I love it.
I'm gonna cut it off.
Yeah, you got to get creative with it. It's going to be work no matter what, whether it's straight, whether it's, you're going to get bored, not you, but, fancy if it's your baby or again, if women are watching, you're going to get bored sometimes with wearing it straight, so just figure out a way. At least with natural hair, you can wear your buns, you can wear your curls, you can straighten it if you want to. But once you go straight or, put that crack on it, you can't do nothing else. So yeah, at least with natural hair, we can switch it up a little bit.
That's the beauty of it.
Exactly. Multifaceted.
Right. So how do you feel about being the face of the natural hair movement, professional natural hair movement? I say that because it's like everybody is like, okay, I'm looking at her. I have friends that doesn't live here that seen your video, and they're like, oh my gosh, she said it. You really gave people confidence, and some people don't like that. They're not like, I'm not the face of that. I'm not anyone's role model. I'm not this and that. How do you feel about that?
So I don't feel like I'm the face of it. I feel like there are a lot. I don't. I feel like there are a lot of people out there that have been putting in work for a really long time. And it just so happened that a moment that I was able to speak out on it, and it actually resonated with a lot of people. Now, what I'm not going to do is, this is one thing that I've been hearing people saying, oh, y'all picked the right one for this one. And I think they did. I really do feel like people picked the right one. And I say that because a lot of times, we shy away from standing and stepping into our glory, like I said in the piece. And I think that I'm not going to shy away from the moment, right? If it's a moment that's resonating with people, it's doing so for a reason. So I'm not going to be the person where I have, hundreds of women messaging me. And I mean that, hundreds of women messaging me, telling me all of their stories about what's happening. I'm not going to be the person to just be like, okay, well, I told myself I don't want to be nobody's role model, and I don't want to be the face of anything. And I don't want to be the face of anything. But you can't help when somebody picks you as a role model. You really cannot help that. That's just what God put you, and you got to walk in your purpose, and you got to make it happen. So with that being said, no, I don't feel like I'm the face of it. But at the same time, I do feel like I have a duty to use the stories that I've been told and to elevate those voices some way, somehow. I'm working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes, but yeah, some kind of way we're going to have to elevate those voices, because clearly a lot of people are impacted by it. You saw how the video did. Like, a lot of people saw it. It resonated with a lot of people. So that means something has to be done. I'm not going to be that person to just shy away and just like, oh, that was a quick little moment. No, it's something much bigger than that.
Well, when you're working on your stuff, don't forget about us. Swagger Magazine.
Big time. Big time.
I'm curious. I like the fact that you're not just like, admitting, you're upfront about the fact that you are just happened to be a moment, but you are the right person for it. So who are some of the people that you would say would be a face, though, when you think about the professional, as Anya said, the professional natural hair movement? I'm just curious as to think who you would think of, who comes to mind.
I mean, I would just say the folks that have been fighting real hard on with the Crown Act. I mean, okay. I think that's very important. I think they've been putting in work. They got boots on the ground and they making it happen. So I would, anytime I can elevate their mission and what they're trying to do, I'm going to post about it. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to share about it. So I will certainly say the folks that have been doing the groundwork to get those laws passed and are still doing the groundwork to get it passed nationally.
Definitely the Crown Act. Didn't mean to not to look over them, but
Oh yeah, no, of course. I get, girl, I know where you're coming from, big time. Absolutely.
And I actually had some notes about the Crown Act, but I didn't realize, is it only in California?
No, it's in a few other states. It's passed in a few other states. I don't know all the states off the top of my head, but it's passed in a few other states. It's on their website for sure. Texas is considering it. The Texas Legislative Black Caucus is considering it here in Texas. Where are you at, Fancy?
Louisiana, Baton Rouge.
Well, child, y'all. Anyway.
I know.
For that reason, they don't.
I do know that Texas, at the very least, our Black Caucus, Legislative Black Caucus, is considering it. So I'm hoping that next year they're gonna file it or do all the stuff that they need to do to try to make it happen here in Texas.
Okay. Onion, did you have any other questions?
No, I'm just sitting here, just taking it all in.
Anya was very excited about this interview. Not to say I wasn't, but I just she really seems to watch you because she was just like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna," like she replied back, and I was like, "Who?"
Oh.
I mean, not to say who in that sense, but she was
like,
just
and then you put your email address. I was like, "Nah, go ahead and delete it all before everybody be."
That was this interview.
I'm like, now delete it off of here because I don't want everybody to have it. But
on Twitter.
Again, I am so big on representation and being a representative as well. Being a woman in media with natural hair. So, again, our logo, that was important. Having women with natural hair, having brown skinned women. I even wore my shirt, black, curvy, caramel cutie.
Oh, come on now. I like that.
One of my shirts from my boutique, but I have such empowerment things because that's important to me that we know who we are and we celebrate it. I believe in celebrating the Black woman because as I was saying, I don't know if you caught that, having Kamala there, I had a teacher tell me that like pretty much a Black woman was at the bottom of the totem pole. So that's why I tend to celebrate Black women even more because so many people think like that. And that was a Black man tell me that in the 8th grade. A Black woman is pretty much at the bottom of the totem pole. So I celebrate Black women. And when I see someone doing it, I'm like, hey, fans, we got to get this person on here. I'm excited about
this. What's up.
Any others. So I wanted to highlight your platform as well with ours. So.
No, thank you. No, I appreciate that. And I shared all y'all's posts and all that good stuff. So I'm hoping that folks come and follow you and all that. One of the things, too, that, when you talk about representation, I forgot who said the quote and I'm really drawing a blank, but I'm going to paraphrase it, but basically saying Black women are the most disrespected, creatures out there. However, I forgot the exact quote. So don't get mad at me. But I always tell people like, we got to watch what we're saying. We really do. If we keep saying that, like your 8th grade teacher told you that, if we keep saying that, at some point we're going to start to believe it. And child, I ain't trying to believe it. Like, I don't believe none of that foolishness, none of that nonsense. I ain't trying to hear nothing y'all talking about Black people, Black women in particular being at the bottom of the totem pole. Right. That don't even sound right. That don't even make sense to me.
Right.
Y'all can say it as much as y'all want to, but that ain't the life that I'm trying to bring in the next generation into. Like, no, I'm not trying to hear that. So we got to remember to watch what we're repeating and what we're saying, because a lot of times when we talk about this representation conversation, I hear that a lot. I was like, no, I ain't thinking like that, because I don't feel like we're at the bottom of the totem pole. And one thing that a lot of folks said too, when that story, the whole hair situation happened, a lot of folks are saying it might not be your hair. They might just be intimidated by your confidence and just the fact that you're there. And so, you know, I really started to think about that, you know, when we talk about representation and the importance of it. Some people probably just don't want you in that position. They probably just don't want to see you do well. And so we have to think about all those different factors when we have these conversations. But whoever was that professor that told you whatever, I mean, not professor, teacher in 8th grade that told you whatever, child, please. What they doing right now? You kept up with it? He did.
Yeah.
Okay, rest in peace.
Is that what you said? I'm totally missing. Okay.
But she didn't know. Nobody didn't know. I that. But I still feel like, you know, that's why it's important for us to uplift women, because if he was bold enough to tell me that I couldn't be president because of that, because that was the whole thing, then we need to bump what he said, period. Right. And I'm with you. I don't feel like we're at the bottom of the totem pole. I feel like we are at the top, and that's what intimidates many. Yeah. So. Is there anything else that you would like to share with I'm sorry, Fancy, did you have something else?
No.
Is there anything else you would like to share with our audience? I know you're doing something, is it Friday or Saturday from Africa?
No, it's actually Sunday. It's Sunday. Girl, you about to mess me up, about to mess up the day. It's on Sunday. That's for Afrima. Yes, it's the International African Music Awards. I'm hosting those on Sunday. It's a virtual show, and I'll be teasing that throughout the week on all of my social media platforms, because they just did it up. Sis got like 5-6 different outfits. It's crazy the work that they put into producing that show up. But enough about me and what I got going on. I just want to tell y'all to keep going, keep pushing, and keep putting good work out there. I did get a chance to watch some of your podcasts on YouTube, because I was like, let me see what sisters I'm about to be talking to. So I did go and watch, click through, got some views on there. So I'll keep sharing your stuff. I love it. I just like the Swag Her page. I think that's dope. If there's ever anything that y'all are doing that you need, I mean, hit me up. Y'all got my email and all that good stuff. You know, we can always do some cross-platform kind of whatever we can do to make it happen. So yeah, and I appreciate you guys having me on.
Well, thank you.
And
I wish I hope that we can see some of the outfits, because I just feel like you're gonna look so pretty in them.
Oh yeah.
And I was she had better work that. That's all.
Yeah, they came through with it. They did their thing. I'll be posting them though, Fancy. Huh?
Your shirt, Trust Black Women. I like it.
Oh, thank you. Black owned. Yes, Trust Black Women. This girl, she even sent me a personal message after I got a couple of things from her website. So yeah, we support as much as we can. And you need to send me your link to your stuff too.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, to your boutique. Okay, well, y'all, I'm gonna go to sleep because it's past my bedtime. So
yes. Thank you so much. Have a great
day, y'all.
Bye.
Appreciate it.
That
was so nice.
I know. And let me tell y'all something. I have some, don't get me wrong, I love all our guests because they come on, they supportive. But I have some that I am just like really, really excited about. And she was definitely one of them. And Fancy knows when I'm just like, oh, Fancy, look, da, da, da. And she was right. I had to keep on with the emails, and Fancy used to get on me because I'd be like, they ain't reply. I ain't worried about it.
Yeah, she used to be the worst.
And Fancy was like, if you want it, you be persistent. So I did tweet her first, and I was like, hey, I would love to interview you. And then she sent me her email address and everything. So that was the whole thing. I haven't been watching the news, but I still watch I'm Still Up because it's on Facebook Live. And I did check in. The first time watching the news since COVID started was when she did her big speech on everything. So that was like really, really, really important to me.
Okay. Well, I enjoyed speaking with her. So, and just even tonight, her hair was so beautiful. Like, she made me want to try that style. I don't think I can do much else with my hair, but just kind of the shape. I don't know. Maybe we can work some out. But our second sponsor for this evening is T Monique Naturals. Let me get them up on the screen. And so I apologize. I guess I got comfortable or something. But T Monique Naturals is I'm trying to find their stuff. Was inspired by the natural woman on the go with the need for healthy hair with less hassle. All products are made with natural and organic ingredients. Products do not contain sulfates, parabens, formaldehyde, mineral oil, or phthalates. Their mission is to create high quality and effective products without harmful chemicals and to encourage women to embrace their natural hair. So we had 2 hair sponsors this evening. Well, one was a hair store, and then one is an actual hair care brand. We definitely hope that you all check those out at the T Monique Naturals. You all can find them at T Monique Naturals across all platforms, but that's TMoniqueNaturals and TMoniqueNaturals.com and T Monique Naturals on Instagram.
All right. As always, we do still have our tumblers on sale for $35. Go to www.swagher.net for your tumbler. And remember, you can always get it personalized. I love my tumbler. I take it everywhere. Yeah, even on interviews. I have my tumbler.
Yeah, I have mine too. Even my panels and everything, I always still have it.
So if you want to support this show, that's the way you can support. Also, if you would like to be a sponsor, you see we had 2 sponsors. Contact me, arnya@lady.com, and we can get you set up for all of that. All right. As you guys know, the Swag Her magazine, we have our latest. Is it still pre-sale or is it on sale now?
It's on regular price, but the link just still has the pre-sale at the end. But it's regular price, so it's $12.
We have the beautiful Fancy on the cover. This is my second cover story. Yes, second cover story with 2 phenomenal women. I was excited about this interview because I always tease Fancy about interviewing her. I feel like it was such a great interview. I feel like it was an awesome interview. Just getting to know you a little bit more. My goal with the interview was so people can know you past the brand, so they can know the goddess. We have the beautiful Miss Bev. Baby, Miss Bev posted a picture the other day. I said, so
did you see her?
I said, oh, this what you do to us? Okay.
Yeah, that green, I wish we would have had some photos of that too, which she's beautiful there also, but that green just looks so awesome on her. Like it matched her skin tone or something. That's just like Eve out the garden or something. That's how Miss Phil was looking.
And she's a motivational life coach, trainer, and girlfriend of authority. I love her because she keeps it real. As you guys know, last year she talked about working out and being healthy for the new year. We're gonna have to get her back on in 2021 as well. Okay. She was in January of this year, and we enjoyed her. She was one of my favorite guests too because we kind of have a rapport with her, and it was just a comfortable conversation. But she do not beat around the bush with you. She's not gonna play with you. She ain't look. She also does virtual coaching. Am I correct?
Yes, as well as on Sundays she goes live on this Facebook page. It's most Sundays at 5 p.m. so you all can check her out, and she gives health and nutrition facts and workout facts, little things like that. So all still keeping you fit, not only physically but mentally as well.
With the magazine, if you order the bundle, you get this bag. If you're anything like me, I love bags.
Yeah, I do too.
I love bags. I have plenty and I use them all. So of course I'll be using this bag. So you get the magazine and the bag. Do they get the sticker too?
Yep.
A sticker. I got a sticker too.
And you can't see the sticker the way you holding it.
Girl, ain't that something?
I'm trying to find a link.
I don't know. There it is. I don't know. Y'all know my little liking.
Well, it matches the cover and the whole new normal. Everything has that new normal logo on it. Like I just kind of love that logo, and it's been people. Yeah, I was about to say people have been really loving it as well.
I love. I'm loving this because it says a talk with a goddess. I'm loving it because not only do I have several pieces in here, we have some other great pieces. Y'all know I always plug myself, but no, seriously, we have a lot of great advertising. We have a lot of great companies advertising with us. Y'all make sure y'all support them because they are great Black-owned companies. And as I said, I learn more about Fancy and then support the cause. Let us, we want to be around 10 more years as well. This is our 10-year anniversary one, and I think you did an awesome job, Fancy.
Well, thank you. I just,
as I said, this shirt can be purchased in my store. This is one of my favorite shirts. I went and when I went and got my massage, one of the ladies, she was actually white. She was like, okay. I was like, yes, ma'am. So, as you guys know, I always call my stuff expression wear because I say you're expressing yourself without opening your mouth. And without opening my mouth, I'm just letting you know who I am. Good night, darling. Thank you for coming, and thank you for ordering your magazine, Brandy. Brandy is always so supportive. I love her.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry, I didn't see that come through. I'm trying to look at. I got the other things pulled up, the banners, not the comments. My bad, y'all.
No, it's good. And Brandy is the Candy Lady Cosmetics. I'm always wearing her eyeshadows and her lipstick.
I usually have on her lipstick. We like now, so
yeah. She's one of my favorite people. Just seriously. So y'all make sure y'all support her too. I think that's all I have. We have a wine sales going on, so make sure you click my link tree. I was like, I have so many links. Let me do my link tree. What's wrong? What you was about to say?
No, I was gonna say I have it up here.
Yeah. So my link tree is linktr.ee/Lady CEO. So that's my link tree. So you don't have to go, hey Jermaine. You don't have to go to all my different links. All my links are there.
All right. And all of my stuff, well, you can visit the website at swagger.net. My own link tree looks like I spelled my own link tree wrong, but it's linktr.ee. I hate this. .com. I got so many dots here. I mean, it's not so many, and then Fancy Thoughts, y'all, is at the end. Everything for the magazine is Swagger Magazine. Everything for me is Fancy Swagger across all platforms. So, if you follow, I try to follow back, especially if you're following you and engage. Now, don't follow me and then don't like anything and be expecting me to follow back. I do not do that. I got to keep my numbers the same way you got to keep your numbers,
Right.
So,
Fancy is taking interviews right now. If you are looking to interview her on your platform, you can hit me up at armya@ladyceo.com. Your next interview is on the 19th. Am I correct?
Yes, I will be on I Told the Storm, and that's going to be on the Heal the City Inc. page, so you all can check that out. And I have a live interview that I'm doing. I have some live interviews coming up. Dang, let me try to plug them right quick. So Thursday, I'll be interviewing Miss Audra Hill. I think that's going to be at 5:00 on this Facebook page. And then next Tuesday, I'm going to be interviewing, and this is the one I'm really excited about, Tony Jones of the Grown Ass Woman Affirmations album. Like, I love Tony, and I have she's going to be my next CEO Chatter Live guest next Tuesday. So that's going to be on Instagram. So I have to get the flyers out, but you all can definitely stay tuned and support those, especially both of those, because one is a client and then one is just, y'all, if you haven't, you have got to check out this album. I might have to try to come back and drop the link so that you all can see it, because it is going to be like, it's just so mind blowing. And it's like I'm big on affirmations, so it really helps you. It helps me to get up throughout the day and get things done and execute whatever it is I need to do. So I want y'all to be on the same level as well. Oh, and Saturday I have an interview with Latasha Donaby. That's going to be live. I'm not certain if it's going to be on Facebook or Instagram, but of course we will have flyers to go out with that as well.
Also, I want to encourage you guys to grab hold to the newsletter. Fancy does a great job on all the things that we have, and the newsletter is one of those awesome things that she does. You can find out more about
Periods and thoughts.
theories and thoughts. Yes. And what we got going on, girl, leave me alone. Tashara, that's what I was trying to say her name. You can find out. We did put her bio in there. Also, we're fasting. As you know, you don't really talk about you're fasting, but I did do a write-up on fasting. So if that's something that you've been thinking about doing, you can fast with us. Let me just say this real quick and then we can go. How me and Fancy always say we give and take. Fancy has taught me how to meditate. Like when I needed to learn meditation and I wanted to learn about that, it was Fancy that I went to. I knew about affirmations, but she also gives me my affirmations as well. You know, we talk about that. And she asked me about fasting. If you don't have friends like that, you need to get some new friends, in all honesty, because you should be able to teach, learn, and everything. And I was telling someone earlier that I put on my thing, I say my client, my friend, my mentor. Like I called you all of those things because I feel like that's what we have. You know, that's what we have on. You know, I learned so much from you, and I'm always wanting to give you your flowers and everything. So y'all learn about fasting on this week's newsletter, Theories and Thoughts newsletter. Make sure you check out the other podcasts that you may have missed and the playlist on Spotify. I'm telling y'all, our music is so dope. It's so dope. We're gearing up. Oh, let me say this. We're gearing up for our break. We will be having a break from the end of December to February. So if you don't catch nothing else today, you'll be like, wait, I wanted to hear them. We will be on break starting the week of Christmas all the way to February 1st. I did want to start getting you guys putting that in your ears so y'all don't think nothing happened. We're going on break. We're going on break because we do so much. And as you guys know, we're gearing, you know, we're putting Fancy out there even more. And, you know, I'm working on that. So
and you also are getting out there even more. I'm just saying, you know, you've been doing your panels and you have a panel
tomorrow. No, Thursday. What's today?
Tuesday.
Okay. Well, you know, I was off on Monday from my regular job, so I'm thrown. And I'm off tomorrow because of it. Happy Veterans Day! I almost forgot. Thank you to all the veterans out
today?
There. Tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Veterans Day is tomorrow. And I'm off because I work for a bank. So I do want to say happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. Thank you for all that you have done for this country, for our freedom, because we know freedom is not
free.
Freedom is not free. So yes. So Thursday I will be on a panel on the I be having to remember stuff. Don't count yourself out page. And I'll also put it on my I'll share it on my Lady CEO page on Facebook, the panel, and we'll be talking about trust the process, confidence. What are you attracting? So before we talked about dating, now we'll be talking about confidence, having confidence in your dating, getting back out there. What you wearing? How you wearing your hair? You know, what's your conversation like? Are you dwelling on your ex? What you talking about? How you presenting yourself as a whole? So I'm excited about that. Yeah, I am. So we're doing big things over here. So y'all better tap in. Tap in.
I like it.
I'm done.
All right. Well, thanks y'all for tuning in. See you next week. Peace and blessings.
Bye.
I can never get my wave right. Like, oh my God.